Hi there, this is Don Kern with Shelbyville Today. I promised you guys earlier that I would talk a little bit more about Symbiosis, which was the answer to one of the contests that we had a while back, where in Shelby County is Don Current. So I'm actually out here. Basically what you do is you take East Michigan Road out of Shelbyville, you turn left onto 244 and head east, and you're going to take that a few miles, go through an S-turn, and your first left after those S curves is south 775 east. And if you turn left there and head down about a mile or so, what you're going to do is you're going to find this sign right here towards Symbiosis, and this path leading back towards the wood beside the field. And so we're going to head back here, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about what Symbiosis is all about. Hello, this is Don Current with Shelbyville Today. You may recognize the cabin here behind me. I shot that other video from the porch of the cabin when I did the where in Shelby County is Don Current. So basically I followed the driveway kind of towards the woods, and then it curves around to the right and comes to a nice parking area where you can leave your vehicle, and it's right near this cabin. There's also an outhouse here, and basically this property is owned by the Fallis family, and they allow everyone to use it. And there's kind of a story that goes along with it. This property at one time in 1946 was bought by the Coors family from Roy McDaniel, and but he had the provision in there that he would own this old cottonwood tree on the property, and as long as he lived. So that cottonwood tree is still down the trail, and we'll probably take a look at that here real quick. So what I'm going to do here is head on down the trail. There's an outhouse here for emergency use, and all the trails have these markers that kind of identify which trail you're on. As the pathway in kind of curves around, there is a mailbox there where you can grab these maps of Symbiosis. And it's got all the trails kind of outlined inside it. There's a yellow and a purple and brown and blue trails. There's some points of interest along the way. And so we are going to kind of just hike down this path here a little bit so I can show you some of the things. You'll see that the pathways here are graveled, so they're fairly well maintained, and everything's kind of trimmed back away from the trees. There are a few creeks on the property. There's actually the place where the cottonwood tree is actually at the confluence of 3 creeks. And so one of the Martha Coors had named it the Golden Triangle because it reminded her of the spot in Pittsburgh where the 3 rivers come together. So there's 3 creeks that come together, and you can see here that we do have nice bridges here across any of the creeks. They've maintained, when trees come down during the off-season, they've kind of cut those down and gotten them out of the way. So it's well maintained here. You can walk along these paths all throughout here. Looks like the longest path is about half of a mile, but there's several paths that you can follow. And coming up here, now you can see this marker is both yellow and red because it is actually a part of both of those trails. See, we're a little dry here because of the drought we're experiencing. And up here, you're going to see the Roy McDaniel cottonwood tree. See, it's a really nice old cottonwood tree, pretty big diameter there. And then also in various places around here, you will see these little boxes that actually have some things written in them. There's a couple that have like little poems in them and just kind of talk about the area, just talk about the purpose of the place and things like that. So this one tells you a little bit here about the cottonwood tree and the history behind it. So it's a really good place to come and just enjoy a little bit of nature, get away from the city, and it's not too far out of town. Just takes you a few minutes to get here. You can see here now the trail has it's no longer graveled, but it's been trimmed back well. Nice and shady, a few sunny spots coming through. There's also, if you follow these trails, there's out to back out towards the road. There's one area where there's actually a pond, and you can watch some frogs and things jumping in that, turtles, things like that. And then towards the back of the property, there's actually a large field that goes out to a large creek. So you can go out and maybe have a picnic out there in the field or whatever. So it's a good place to come and spend the day with the family and just enjoy getting out into the quiet and nature and away from the city a little bit without having to go too far from home. Okay, so here we are. I'd mentioned the field, the opening that leads out to the creek, and it's to Conn's Creek. So you can see there's a nice wide pathway here, and it leads out into a nice open plain here. And then there's a path right on down to Conn's Creek. So you can head on down there and check that out if you'd like. Or maybe enjoy a picnic here. Or it looks like there's a pathway kind of around the outskirts of this younger growth here. And then you can head right back on into this, the Symbiosis Nature Preserve here. And you'll notice that it is called a classified forest. It is private property, and it's being cared for, and so future generations can enjoy a nice hardwood forest. You can see quite a few really nice examples of old growth here. Trees, so pretty neat. Okay, I'd mentioned that there was a place to pick up maps. So there's the road coming in, and as you come around this curve here, what you'll notice is a nice mailbox here. If you open it up, you'll find, first of all, the maps of Symbiosis. And then they also have got a couple other things in here. There's something for kids to do, kind of a nature detective I Spy thing here. They can check off some of the things they've seen. And then also there are things that are labeled with little signs, wooden signs throughout the trails, and it'll give you a little more information about those items on this sheet. So they've got it set up really nice here. Also, right in this same area, you got a nice bench here to sit, but then you also have this pond where they've kind of dammed off the creek a little bit here. You can see kind of a ravine here where the creek heads out. And so it's pretty neat. You've got some cypress trees right here, and you can kind of see the knobby kind of root system of this cypress tree right here. So that's kind of neat. All through this little area here, there's all these little knobby roots where it pokes up from the roots. And then there's this pond here that you can check out. Be careful because there's lots of poison ivy around as well, which is to be expected. Alright, so another neat feature out here, pond. You can probably see, if you're patient enough, I'm sure you can see some frogs, and depending on the time of day, maybe some turtles and things too. So lots of things to see and do here at this little nature preserve. So once again, I'd like to thank the Fallis family for keeping this up for us and providing access to the public to enjoy this neat thing. If you'd like to send them a thank you, you can contact Tom Fallis at counselguy@lightbound.com, and his number is 317-392-4814. And Ken Fallis is 317-579-0057, and the email for him is symbiosiswoods@yahoo.com. And by the way, the address here is 1241 South, 775 East, and that's a Waldron address, 46182. All right, so I just thought I'd let you know a little bit more about this. Not a lot of information about it. If you feel like me, I searched for everything on the internet, and I really didn't know much about this place. Actually, my kids had come here on a school trip, and my wife came with them and told me about it. So that's how I found out about it, and I think that more people should know about it. So I wanted to share this with you. We'll have this video. Maybe I'll even scan in these brochures and get those on the web available for you. Oop, I hear some frogs. Don't know if that's picking up on the video or not, but here's some frogs croaking out there. Lots of dragonflies too. So anyway, this is Don Current with Shelbyville today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks.